Now, before this video gets started, make sure if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Why wouldn't you? Now, with that being said, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the K10 build. Today it's more assembly, less wiring, more assembly. As you can see right here, this is the transfer case bezel assembly, if that's what you want to call it. Just gonna throw a quick coat of paint on that. And then I'm not really sure what else, but we're gonna find some other stuff to do. We gotta deal with a radiator, clean up one out of a parts truck, flush it out, paint it, get it installed, and then probably gonna have to go to the junkyard, find a set of fans that'll work. I know Ford Windstar fans work pretty good, so that might be the route I go. Gonna have to also get the feet for the radiator. So that's on the agenda, and then wire in those said fans if I do find some. And then probably do a little bit more routing of the wiring and clean up on the front end. So that being said, I don't know what all this video is gonna entail, but stay tuned. Off camera, I pulled the transfer case back out of the truck. I noticed there was a little bit of leakage happening. There was just a little bit of residual fluid in there that was leaking out. So I pulled it back out before everything's finalized. Just went around, resealed it all, cleaned it up a little bit better as well. So if you're wondering why that's out of the truck right now, that's why. Just waiting till I can get somebody to help me put it back in, because that is a heavy transfer case. So on the agenda today, I have this 10 by 12 Mishimoto transmission cooler that I'm going to be mounting in the front of the truck. I'm going to go something like that in that hole. So what I did, I made this bracket. It's the same width as the cooler. It's gonna go about something like that. Get painted up, screwed to the rad support, and then I'll probably end up riveting the cooler onto this bracket, something like that. Then on the top, I'll just figure out something to go from there all the way across to there to hold it in there. So huge shout out to Mishimoto for sending this out to me. I'll put a link in the description to this specific one. Check out their products. They are like the top people when it comes to cooling products and stuff like that. Came with hose and fittings and clamps and that kind of stuff. As well, I also grabbed, this is the stock cap, but this is an oil cap that they offer. I'll show you. I just put it on my 68 here. You know, it's a simple little touch, but I think it just adds that much to it. Gets rid of that stock one, just nice little bling in there. Now this is something I've always wanted to try. I printed off the Mishimoto logo here just regular paper. I have it double-sided taped onto the cooler. And since the whole front end of the truck is black behind the grill, and this is gonna be bright silver, I'm gonna actually paint this black, leave the stencil on here, and then hopefully when I pull the stencil off, it should be a shiny M. We'll see if this works. brackets all painted up, cooler mounted on the brackets, and then all mounted onto the rad support. I still need to run the hoses down to my 2 lines, there and there. Both these lines, I did a nice flare on them so that they will make a mess everywhere. No, so that the hose will stay on them. So yeah, all I gotta do is just run there, and then that is completed. So to go with the blue and black theme of the truck, I actually decided I'm gonna powder coat my door handles and my mirrors black. So a few months back I picked up this Eastwood dual voltage powder coating kit. It's a fairly simple kit. You have your powder in the jar, you get your gun, and then you ground it to your piece. And obviously it needs to be hooked up to power and an air supply. And then you can pretty much powder coat yourself, assuming you have an oven or something. I have just a small toaster oven I found on Facebook Marketplace, but it works really well. So this is one I just finished. It turned out pretty good. Could definitely get a higher gloss powder if I really wanted to, but this is more than enough for what I would want. You just got to make sure that your piece is sandblasted and clean of any previous coating or metal or anything. You need it essentially bare metal. And then you just coat this on there and bake it for 20-25 minutes, and it turns out pretty good. So basically, you set your oven to 450, and then you just want to wait and pay attention to it. Wait until you see the powder turn to liquid. Flow out is what they call it. So then once everything's all flown out evenly and it looks like it all got distributed evenly and it's in liquid form, then you turn it down to 400. You turn it down to 400. And then you wait 20 minutes. This is just a cheap toaster oven I found on Facebook Marketplace. It's 50 bucks, but it gets the job done for this small stuff. It'd be nice to have a full-size oven, but I don't have the space for that right now. And then one thing to remember, once you use an oven for powder coating, you can't use it for food again. That's one thing they very strongly mention. So while that's baking in the oven, I'm gonna do a quick interior detail on my Silverado. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe, and we're going to see you in the next one.